Alright, here we go. So, this is my half the deck, half someone else's deck card here. So, do I have 4 cards that I can play out of my starting hand? I do, but I don't really like them, so I'm going to mulligan. I have no real economy, and R&D interfaces aren't useful to me at the start. Alright, so this is much better. I've got my 2 count siphons, so I'm ready to go. So now, as for 4 cards that I can play off the start, this is a bit more brutal. I can prepare same old thing, Crypsis, and well, I count siphons if he doesn't drop ice right off the start. Okay, so now we've got a spot where I don't have 4 cards to drop off the start here, which is really awkward. I can install Crypsis, I can install the same old thing. Ideally, I want a count siphon run right off the start, but we shall have to see. Play Crypsis, play same old thing, and if I click for 2 credits right now, the 2 cards that I would ditch are probably Emergency, Shutdown, and R&D interface. R&D interface? Yeah, because I can't really afford it right now. That's faulty, because I'd be able to afford it after an account siphon. I do need stuff to pay for after the account siphon. No, it's count siphon, or sorry, it's the Maker's Eye or R&D that I want to throw out. I have 2 of both those cards, so now I'm just wondering. Okay, so worst case scenario, this is an Eli. So if I run on my last click because I've prepared my Crypsis, then I lose. Okay, he's at 10. I don't have any critical breakers. So I guess I'd say let's get ready to hit him next turn with a siphon. Or 2. I want to be able to run on click 1 of my next turn. So that means I'm going to have to have the necessary virus tokens and credits for that. So on this turn, I think I'm just going to put 1 or 2 on Crypsis, and then I'll click for credits again. Let's go with 1 this time, because he's only got the 1 piece of ice. So next turn we'll account siphon once, maybe twice, depending on what I see. Alright, so here we go. Let the games begin. Turn 1 account siphon. So now if he reses this and it's pretty big, I'll pay to get through, shut it down, and then just siphon him again. Alright, so now I've made enough money. I could siphon him again and then run this to be safe. But that's really risky, hoping he doesn't have a close accounts. So I mean, I've got enough money to get through anything he does here. So let's run here. So here I'm using the money that I've gained from account siphon to just basically brute force my way into any server. Arg, it's not res. Alright, then I'm going to score that Astro script. And I could just remove the 2 tags. Siphon again next turn. So if I play this, I'll go up to 8 cards and I'll have to ditch cards. Let's do it. Let's see what big money we can spend here. And by big money, I mean Corroder. So things I will throw out. I'll throw out a Crypsis, because I've already got one. And I'll throw out a Fairy, because I've got 2. Beanstalks. He's at 8. Scorch, lose the game. Okay, he's at 9. Let's go for it. Even if I siphon him, he can still trigger a snare. So I'm okay with the money I have right now, so I think I'm just going to draw, play this turn. There's my 3rd siphon. There's a sure gamble. So my issue now is I kind of want to draw into Blastcreets to protect myself in case he does run Scorch Earth, because right now it's a race. Oh, there's the close accounts. Scorched Earth. And hopefully it does not have another. Alright, so then on my turn I basically have to draw up to 5 in case he hits me with another Scorched Earth. So I'll draw 1, 2, so I've lost all 3 of my Siphons, which is important to note. But I didn't lose any crucial breakers, so I'm still in the game. I think next turn is going to be credits. Credit, and then I'll try to count Siphon using Symbol Thing. because right now I'm sitting at 0, which is brutal. But, so in 2 turns I can be back up. Okay, so he just clicked for 3, so I'll click for 3. I take it back, I'll click for 4. So on this turn, I'm going to do my same old thing, Siphon, on his hand. That'll take me to click 3, and we'll see if I can basically get 14 off of that. If I do, I can hopefully play Desperado, draw another card, and that'll be my turn. Even though he did close accounts about 15 credits, I mean, he's not in a position where he can be scoring any agendas he puts down, because if I account Siphon his hand and he spends everything trying to prevent me, then I can just get into his remote. Okay, so he's installed, he has to reduce his credits by 1. There you go, good to go. Alright, so here we go, let's do same old thing account Siphon. A coconut Siphon run. Trace 2. Okay, so he's got to basically spend all his money, I guess, which I'm okay with. So it is a... But I can break it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which I don't have right now, side face. Okay, so I'll just let him keep it. I could spend 4, I wouldn't get there. So it cost me... Oh no, it only cost me 4 to get in. Okay. Because I can boost the strength to 3, or to 5 with 3, and then pay 1 to get in. For some reason I thought it was a strength 6. So this will give me up to 8 credits that I can then Desperado Maker's Eye into R&D. So I've got 8 credits, which I'm going to use to... If I Desperado and then Maker's Eye, he could Scorch me. So I'm going to play it safe because I recently lost the game doing that. So I'm just going to play it safe, install my gear and draw 1. I'll Maker's Eye next turn there. See? There you go. So if I look at this, I've lost 1 same old thing and my 3 account Siphons. So if he boosts himself, anytime he boosts himself to 5 creds, I'm just gonna Siphon him. Like this turn. But then he could... Because if I play an account Siphon same old thing, that cost me 3 clicks, and then basically I've just stolen his money, I have to draw up again, because I'm scared, and then... Yeah, I have to drop again because I'm scared, and then, yeah. So, okay, I'm not going to run on this turn. I'm going to hit RNG though. So I'm going to draw, and then string gamble, Maker's Eye. Inside job, okay. That's good for now, I guess. Okay. If he spent money on Scorched, has he, or not money, influence on Scorched, has he spent influence on Snare? Probably not. This is a good card. A good card to play. I'll play next turn. So then I'm just gonna sure gamble up to 9, and then Maker's Eye. Surprise, it's the Data Raven. Okay. So because I'm playing Tag Me, it doesn't even matter that he's gone supremely tag heavy. I don't even care. So because he res that, it's kind of a giveaway that he doesn't have snares, because I'm already tagged, there's no point in paying 4 to get Data Raven up. Yeah, there's no point in paying 4 to get Data Raven up if you could pay 4 to snare me once I get in. So another Data Raven coming up, a Flare, okay. So let's say 6 cost Sentry, or sorry, 6 strength Sentry, so I can get a Fairy out to deal with that. And a Pad Campaign. I think I'm gonna leave it there, just so I have money to support myself. So Data Raven, I've already forgotten the second card, and a Pad Campaign. A Flare. Flare was the second card. So on this turn, he's drawing into Data Raven, which is completely useless to him. So he's gained credit. So he's got 1 face down. Okay, so click 1, I'm going to select John here, because it gives me a card when I succeed a run. Then I'm going to run his hand just to look at it, and get a card out of it, and a Desperado credit. Decrease the strength, bring it to a 4. Pay 3 to get in. And then show me a card. And 4 snares in his hand. Foxfire, Trask, Virtual. Set your dirty laundry. On that last turn I played Fairy and then I played Plascrete, which was probably a terrible idea, because then I ended up having to, I would have liked to play Plascrete last turn. Okay, so on this turn, if same old thing, also he just drew into, what did he just draw into? I have no idea. I've already forgotten. I have to get better at that. So yeah, sorry, on this turn if I play a same old thing, and then I use it for Count Siphon, that's 3 clicks. I'll get a card out of it with John Masanori. And then I can play my Plascrete as my last action. So then I'll be on 4 cards and a Plascrete, which I feel a lot better about. So, play same old thing, run here. How many credits do I need to get through here? I need 1, 2, 3, 4 credits to get through. Or virus, okay, which I have 4 credits, okay, so I'll do that. Still same old thing. I play an Account Siphon. I'm going to spend my whole 4 to get through that, because I want to reduce the impact of close accounts. So here's his pad campaign, which I remember now. So this should be his pad campaign. I'll wait for him to res it, because then at least he spends 2, and I can always dirty laundry run it. So first click, I'm just going to run R&D now, like non-stop, because I know I can get in for free. Marked accounts. Okay, I'll leave that there because that uses up his time, which he doesn't really have very much against a criminal deck, I find. Okay, so I've drawn another Plascrete, which means I can basically just draw for the rest of the turn. I'm going to play Gorman Drip. That gives him a lot of virus targets. But I do like the way it forces the corp to squirm a bit when they want to play something, so I'll play that Gorman. And then I will just gain a credit. Let's go with that. Oh, that was the wrong move. I should have ran his hand, because then I would have gained a credit anyways. Low tier plays. Okay, so now he's acquiring pad campaign. He should get 1 credit for that, unless he's doing it. So now it's cost him a credit at least. And then I'm just going to dirty laundry it. I don't even need to dirty laundry it. I'll run it and destroy it now, because then it's actually worth something. Okay, now Gorman Drip's going to start filling out. So I'm going to be more liberal and use my data sucker tokens to Okay. So first click always R&D. It's free, and I get a credit and a card out of it. I'm able to access one card, pop-up window. Okay, leave that there. Okay, so I want to burn through a few data sucker tokens so it's not as juicy to wipe. Well, you know what, I'm getting those for free, so that doesn't even make sense what I'm saying. I do want to destroy this. The question is, do I want to pay 4 or pay less than 4? I think I'm going to hold on to Dirty Laundry and use it as a backup in case things go wrong. So I'm just going to run here and successfully complete it, basically get a credit. Cost me 3 to trash it.
I wish I could sit in the back of the class again.
Now, this is marked accounts, I think. Is it worth running to make sure?
I have problems, so I come here.
Maybe.
Nothing.
If it is pad campaign, it's going to use up time, and I do want to get rid of Gorman Drip. He's got 3, so I'll run it just because it gets me a credit anyways. It's probably the pad campaign though, but better safe than sorry. He could be faking it. Okay. So I'm going to leave it where it is now, just so I gain the credit. If I run his hand, what card am I going to drop? I'll probably drop Special Order, because I already have 3 breakers, and it's risky to do that. I'll just inside job his hand. It's easier that way.
Something you do well. Everybody's good at something. How does that make you feel? How does that make you feel?
Make me feel huge.
Okay, yeah, let's pop up window. Okay. So I dodge pop up. And now we're gonna, I think, reduce this by 2. 1, 2. So now it's a strength 3, so it's like a okay, we'll just make it even. Just break it with for 1. Let's look at 1 card. There's that flare I saw earlier. His turn.
Sometimes I wish I was dead.
So the reason I left marked accounts there is because if he flips it up and spends a click putting money on it, then I'm going to destroy it. And I'll Dirty Laundry it at the same time. So that it actually cost me 0 to destroy it. Interesting. Okay, so he didn't use his marked accounts. So on my turn, I'm just gonna run R&D, break it with Crypsis probably. He doesn't have enough to afford a flare, so.
Everybody's good at something. How does that make you feel? Some of you will make it.
Pop-up window, okay.
You won't.
So one thing he did here, he played a pop-up window in front of a data raven, and it cost him -1 to do that. I think in this case, because I'm clearly I don't care about tags.
Something you do well.
Because I don't care about tags, he should have just used all the tokens on it and then trashed it, played the pop-up window, and it would have cost him 1 credit less.
How does that make you feel?
Another pop-up window. Okay, now I still have 3 to go. I kind of want to be a douche and account siphon him right away. I think that's what I'll do. Because then I'll basically be forced to click for money again, and he'll give me more money on my Gorman. But I don't need to do that. I could just log in, pay 1, and then pay some number. Let's do that instead. I don't need to take his money right now. And because I gain about 2 data subcrypt tokens at least per turn, I'm going to reduce this by 2. 1, 2, because I gain those anyways. And then spend the 1, 2 credits to get in.
How does that make you feel?
Then I will just access the stuff. There's that flare again. Alright, and now what do I want to do with the rest of my turn? And the crisis got 2 cards face down there. I guess, why not, eh? We'll just run here. No agendas, got a token though, got a credit.
Wish I could sit in the back of the class again.
And now I'm just wondering if it's worth playing another Plascreed at this point. Just to be safe, because he's probably got 3 Jacks and Harrods, he can probably bring him back. I'll do it. I'll just be super safe about it. So I can always dirty laundry to archives to get my money back up to 5 if I need it to actually do anything on the turn. So R&D runs are free. This costs me 1 and then 2, 3. It costs me 3 to hit HQ. And I do regret throwing out that R&D interface at the start of the game now. Okay, so that's -2. Okay, there's his marked accounts. So I'll go check that out next turn. So I guess first things first, I'll boost myself so I can go take that out. This is just to get the money. So now that I've got 5, I can run here. I'll be like, how dare you try to get money a different way? Five to trash, that's really expensive, but hey. Run his R&D. Draco. I'm wondering if he's got like a billion agendas in hand and I'm just getting really unlucky. So he could take it, so I think I'm just gonna take the money and run it at this point. It's kind of my insurance policy against his oh, that was bad. I clicked for credit. I should have just ran archives so then I'd get a data sucker token out of it. Yeah, it's kind of my insurance policy against closed accounts. I assume he's going to trash it with his last click. Okay. Good move. Alright, run R&D, see what's coming up. Link strength by 0. Get into R&D. Look at top card. BSF, finally, we're getting in business now. Run 2, same thing because it's free. Same thing, not same old thing. Back to counts, leave it there. Alright, and with my next 2 clicks. Now, what do I want to do for the next 2 clicks? I can look at his hand for the cost of inside job, but it's a bit brutal. If I run here and it's the flare, he can't res it, so is that. Yeah, let's run his hand. And I can just reduce everything with data sector tokens to get through. Let's run your hand, see what it is. It's a pop-up window. Okay, so pay 1, pay 1, pay 1. So he paid me, okay. Restructured data pool. There it is. Good game. So, what could have happened differently there is, because he had all his ice revealed, unless I didn't run into an agenda. That's just a point I want to make before I close the stream. Oh, they're 5 now. Well, alright, so I've got more time to talk. Because he's revealed what it is, I know it only costs me 3 credits to get through. So if I hadn't hit an agenda there, I would have clicked for a credit, I think. And then after that, I would have been at 2 credits. Or sorry, I wouldn't have clicked for a credit. I would have run on archives because that's more efficient. I'd be at 2 credits. And then I could run archives again at the start of the next turn. Or even, no, yeah, run archives. And then I could simultaneously siphon him again to get my money back up, right? Because I've been playing pretty low so far. So that's always possible. Or instead of clicking for a credit, I'd run archives this turn, and then at the start of the next turn I could just take everything off Gorman Drip. Alright, so there you have it. That's my take on Alex Frog's The Deck, and what's that other guy's name? The deck's called Leverage. It's a Santiago deck. So I kind of took ideas from both of them. And yeah, it's way different than my admin shaper, but it's fun, and I think this is what I'm going to run at local tourneys for a while. GG's!